Welcome to the Writing Center. What can I help you with?
I have a huge issue with commas. I can't seem to use them properly.
Okay.
So my professor suggested that I come here for help.
Okay. Well, let's take a look at this little book. It's a handy dandy little book, and it has a lot of really useful information about commas. I know a lot of people have problems with commas. One of the biggest thing is with introductory sentences. So here's one. It reads, buried under layers of younger rocks, the Earth's oldest rocks contain no fossils.
Would the comma go after younger rocks?
Yeah, and why do you think that is?
Possibly because the statement buried under layers of younger rocks introduces that the Earth's oldest rocks contain no fossils?
That's correct. Another one that students have a lot of problems with is parenthetical expressions. So this sentence reads, evolution, so far as we know, does not work this way. And the best way I can describe placing the comma is finding where it interrupts the sentence. So where do you think the comma or commas go?
So evolution, so far as we know, does not work this way. I guess it would go after evolution and after no, because so far as we know is kind of a statement that interrupts the rest of the sentence.
That's correct.
Yay! All right.
Okay.
I'm learning.
A lot of students have problems with is before or between coordinate adjectives. They're adjectives that modify a noun separately. So here's another sentence. It says patients with severe, irreversible brain damage should not be put on life support systems. So where should the comma go in this sentence?
So we would want to place it between two adjectives?
Yes.
Between severe and irreversible?
Yes, that's right. It's because severe and irreversible are modifying the noun brain damage, are both modifying the noun brain damage.
And they're modifying it separately?
That's correct.
Okay. I got you.
Okay, one big problem that a lot of students come in with the comma is with lists and items in a series. The general rule is that you should use a comma after every every item in the series. So this sentence reads, bubbles of air, leaves, ferns, bits of wood, and insects are often found trapped in amber.
Okay, so if we're talking about commas in a series, then the best place to put a comma that's not already there is after would?
That's correct.
So would you put a comma before and always? Is that the common rule? If it's a series, even if it's just three different?
The common rule is that yes, you should, although some writers will dispute it. It's a good idea to put the comma there so that the sentence doesn't become confusing, and
that's the common rule.
That's pretty much the common rule.
Cool. So I use commas sometimes where they don't belong, and I'd like to go over a few examples of those, if that's okay.
Yeah, a lot of writers have the same problem. It's actually called comma splices, or just misusing the commas. Samuel Goldwyn once said that a verbal contract isn't worth the paper it's written on.
Well, you wouldn't put the comma after said because it's an indirect quotation. Maybe if it was a direct quotation and there were quotation marks around it, it would be different. But I don't think that there should be a comma there because of that.
You are correct. Take the comma out. Another problem that writers have is with cumulative adjectives. And adjectives are considered cumulative if they cannot be connected with the word and. So here's a sentence I want you to look at. Joyce was wearing a slinky red silk gown.
Well, I don't think Joyce was wearing a slinky and red silk gown sounds right. So I'm going to say that there should not be a comma between slinky and red.
That's correct.
Yay.
Okay, and that concludes today's session. I hope you can apply what we talked about with commas in your other writing. And don't be afraid to come back to the Writing Center.
Thank you so much. You helped a lot, and I will definitely be back.
All right, you're welcome.